You won't find this in any history book, any database, or even most corners of the dark web. What you're about to hear is real, disturbing, and deliberately erased from memory, except for one survivor and a handful of whistleblowers. This is the unfiltered, full story of Experiment 9, carried out in what was called the Black Lab. In 2017, deep within an encrypted thread on a dark web forum known only as No Exit, a series of documents, images, and video snippets were leaked. The source? An anonymous ex-operative who claimed to be involved in something called the Emotion Reversal Project. The images showed grainy, red-lit rooms with medical beds, strange devices that looked like a mix between medical machines and BDSM equipment, and a figure, barely clothed, strapped in and surrounded by masked personnel. Authorities dismissed it as elaborate fiction, but the metadata, cross-referenced names, and GPS coordinates told a different story. And the name that kept surfacing across multiple nodes of the dark web? The Black Lab. The Black Lab wasn't its official name. Built under a decommissioned psychological research facility in East Berlin during the Cold War, it was initially named Section K-37 under a program codenamed Project Umkehr. The project had a single objective: reverse the boundaries of human emotion. Pleasure would become pain, pain would become pleasure. The end goal? To reprogram enemy soldiers and spies, making them impervious to torture and, more disturbingly, emotionally addicted to commands issued by specific triggers. By the late 1970s, the USSR abandoned the project. But according to the leaked files, a private group took over. Some of the ex-Stasi scientists, black market neurochemists, and anonymous billionaires from the defense industry. Their version, far more extreme and completely off the grid. Between 1993 and 1994, 9 subjects were chosen for an extended psychological operation. The first 8 reportedly did not survive the full trial period, but Subject 9, a 22-year-old woman referred to only as Mira, did. Each subject was deprived of identity, no names, only numbers, disconnected from light for days, injected with an experimental neurodrug known as Sin-T18. What made Sin-T18 terrifying was its dual mechanism. It blocked pain receptors while overstimulating the pleasure centers of the brain, but only under strict audio-visual triggers. To simplify, if Mira followed commands, she experienced euphoria. If she disobeyed, her body would plunge into unbearable sensations, but her brain would translate that as ecstasy. In leaked footage, Mira is seen laughing during physical agony, begging for the pain to continue, whispering her loyalty to a masked figure referred to only as the conductor. According to one whistleblower, the Black Lab's true purpose was not just psychological manipulation, but neurological redirection. They wanted to weaponize the libido, turn humans into programmable vessels, slaves not through chains but through orgasm-triggered loyalty. And it didn't stop with Mira. Other subjects were sourced post-2000 from war-torn regions, asylum programs, and even modeling agencies. None were ever seen again. In 2011, Mira escaped. According to the files, she was aided by a young technician named Eric, who had fallen in love with her. Their last known communication was a blog post under an anonymous handle, claiming that they never stopped watching. Eric disappeared weeks later, but Mira, the trail ends in Istanbul. She may be out there, still conditioned, still wired, still dangerous. If you think this is fiction, look up the abandoned K-37 site coordinates. Look up Sin-T18 on any restricted chemistry database. Search Mira No Exit Forum leak. You'll find redacted posts, dead links, and warnings. But what you won't find is closure, because some experiments never end. This was Experiment 9.